What if I told you that you could plan every dinner for your family this week in less time than it takes to read this sentence? No cookbooks, no Pinterest rabbit hole, no standing at the fridge at 5 p.m. wondering what to make. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how AI meal planning works, step by step, so you understand not just what to type, but why it works the way it does. This isn't a gimmick or a one-time trick. It's a repeatable system you can use every single week, whether you're feeding 2 people or 6, on any budget, with any dietary need. By the end of this video, you'll know how to build a full week of meals, a matching grocery list, and even a backup plan for busy nights, all using a free AI tool you probably already have on your phone. And I want to be upfront about something. This isn't about replacing your taste or your judgment as the person feeding your family. It's about removing the exhausting blank page part of planning. So the only decisions left are the fun ones, like which night to actually cook the recipe that sounds the most exciting. Let's start with why meal planning feels so hard in the first place, because understanding the problem is what makes the AI solution actually click. Meal planning isn't hard because cooking is hard. It's hard because of something called decision fatigue, a psychological concept where the quality of your decisions gets worse the more decisions you make in a row. Researchers who study this found that by evening, after a full day of small choices at work and home, your brain has less capacity left for a task like what should 6 people eat for the next 7 days. That's why dinner decisions so often get pushed to the last minute when you're the most mentally tired. On top of that, a real meal plan has to juggle several variables at once. What's already in your pantry? Who likes what? What's on sale? What's healthy? And how to avoid repeating the same 3 meals. Doing all of that in your head every single week is genuinely a lot of mental math. This is exactly the kind of multivariable puzzle that AI language models are built to handle quickly, which is why this pairing works so well. You're not replacing your judgment, you're offloading the juggling part. Once you name it as decision fatigue, instead of just "I'm bad at meal planning," it stops feeling like a personal failure and starts looking like a solvable process problem, which is a much more useful way to think about it. Before we jump into the demo, let's clear up what's actually happening under the hood, because understanding this will make you far better at using it. Tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini are large language models. They've been trained on enormous amounts of text, including thousands of recipes, nutrition guidelines, and grocery store conventions. When you ask for a meal plan, the AI isn't looking anything up in real time. It's generating a plan based on patterns it learned, similar to how a very well-read friend might improvise a week of dinners from memory. That means it's excellent at variety, structure, and adapting to constraints you give it, but it won't know what's actually in your fridge right now, or what's on sale at your specific store this week. That part still comes from you. Knowing this distinction matters, because it tells you exactly what information to hand the AI upfront, and what to double-check yourself, which is exactly what we'll cover next. Think of it less like a search engine pulling up an existing web page, and more like a very fast, well-read collaborator drafting something new for you on the spot, which is also why 2 people typing the same request can get slightly different, equally valid meal plans back. Let's actually do this together. I'm opening a free AI chat app right now, and I'm going to type one sentence. Give me a 5-day dinner plan for a family of 4, budget-friendly, with 1 vegetarian night. Watch the timer starting now. 1, 2, 3. It's already generating 5 full dinners, complete with a short ingredient list for each one. Notice what I included in that prompt: who I'm cooking for, a budget constraint, and 1 specific dietary note. Those 3 pieces of information are doing most of the work here. Without them, the AI would default to generic suggestions that may not fit your household at all. With them, it's already tailoring meals to a real family size and a real spending limit. This is the core pattern behind every good AI meal plan prompt. You're not asking a vague question. You're handing over just enough context for the model to narrow down millions of possible dinners into 5% that actually make sense for you. Notice too that I didn't need any special software, sign-up form, or paid app to get here. This is the same free chat window you'd use to ask any other question, which is part of why this trick is so accessible to literally anyone with a phone. Now let's break down exactly what makes a meal planning prompt strong, because this is the part most people skip. A good prompt usually has 4 pieces: household size, constraints, preferences, and output format. Household size is obvious. 2 people need different portions than 6. Constraints cover budget, time limits like 30 minutes or less, or dietary needs like gluten-free or nut allergies. Preferences are softer, things like kid-friendly or nothing too spicy. An output format is the piece people forget entirely, telling the AI exactly how you want the answer structured. Like, list each meal with a one-line description and total prep time. When you include all four, the AI stops guessing and starts producing something you can use immediately, without a follow-up. Compare "Give me some dinner ideas" to "Give me 5 30-minute dinners for 2 adults, 1 vegetarian, under $60 total," formatted as a numbered list with prep time. The second version does almost all your planning work in a single request. A good habit is to actually save your favorite prompt structure in your Notes app once you land on one that works. So every week, you're just swapping out a few details instead of reinventing the whole request. That alone can take the weekly planning time down from several minutes to under 30 seconds. Here's where AI meal planning becomes genuinely powerful: the back and forth. Say Wednesday's suggested meal doesn't work because your family already had pasta twice this week. You don't need to start over. You just say, "Swap Wednesday for something with chicken instead," and within seconds the plan updates while keeping every other day exactly the same. Let's try another real scenario. Someone in your house just told you they're cutting back on red meat. You type, "Replace any beef dishes with poultry or plant-based alternatives," and watch how it adjusts without breaking the rest of the week's structure. This conversational adjustment is something a static recipe blog or cookbook simply can't do. You can't tell a cookbook page to change an ingredient. That's the real advantage over traditional planning methods. It's not a fixed list. It's a living plan you can reshape in real time based on what's actually happening in your kitchen and your family's changing preferences. This is also where a lot of the stress genuinely melts away, because you're no longer locked into a decision the moment you make it. If Tuesday's plan stops making sense by Tuesday morning, changing it takes one sentence instead of an entirely new search for recipes. Let's cover a few mistakes that trip people up when they first try this, so you can skip them entirely. Mistake 1. Being too vague. "Give me healthy meals" produces generic results. Always attach a number, a budget, or a time limit. Mistake 2. Not double-checking quantities. AI is great at suggesting recipes but can sometimes misjudge exact serving sizes. So always glance at ingredient amounts before you shop, especially for larger families. Mistake 3. Ignoring your own pantry and buying everything new. Always mention what you already have so the plan actually saves you money instead of duplicating what's sitting in your cabinet. Mistake 4. Treating the first answer as final. The real power of these tools is the conversation. If something doesn't fit, say so and ask for a change, rather than starting over from scratch or settling for a meal you don't actually want. Keeping these 4 things in mind is the difference between an AI meal plan that sits unused and one you'll actually cook from all week. None of these mistakes are hard to fix. They just require treating the AI less like a vending machine that gives one fixed answer, and more like a quick conversation you're allowed to steer until it actually fits your household. My challenge for you this week: open any AI chat app, use the 4-part prompt structure from segment 5, and build your next 5 dinners in real time. Drop a comment with what your AI came up with. I read every single one. And if this was useful, subscribe. Every week, I break down one more way to make AI genuinely useful in everyday life. No tech background, no jargon, and no expensive tools required. Just simple systems you can start using tonight.